What's up? Nerd4Gene here. Today we're going to go over the Coliseum PvP mode and how to go about building a strong team. Unfortunately, I didn't hit the record button before I hit enter, but for those of you who haven't done Coliseum before, you hit enter and then over here you see my formation. Right, 1 in the front and 4 in the back. This is random. You do not get to choose. It randomizes for you and chooses for you. Right after that, um, it gives you this screen here with all the heroes that you have to choose from. Now, the important thing you need to know is each hero can only go in their designated slot. For example, Shell over here, I can't put her in the back. I couldn't put her over here, here, here. I have to put her in slot 1, and so on and so forth. Um, so aside from the obvious that everything is randomized and all that, the biggest difference between this mode and regular PvP that you need to know is that not everybody is going to have FC Anna and FC Xeon and now FC Baelish, right? So not everybody's going to have those Dragon Blood, that annoying Dragon Blood passive. So you should build your team with that in mind, right? Before, in regular PvP, AoE is kind of a taboo right now, right? You're going to get yourself killed. You can only use it after you've nuked down those specific units. However, in Coliseum, against most teams, they won't have that, therefore, AoE is really strong. Also, things like counter and thrust in regular PvP, they're bad, but they can be abused, right? Or they can be a bad thing because again, you give your opponent more Dragon Blood stacks and end up killing yourself or giving them a shield that you can't break. But you don't have to worry about that here. So you should choose your team with that in mind. Now, another thing that you have to keep in mind when choosing your team is you want as many elements as possible. Right? So if you can, you're going to want a green hero, a fire hero, a water hero, etc., etc. That way you know you can break your enemy's guardian stones regardless of what element they have. So if you can, try not to choose too many of the same element, right? Otherwise, you're going to end up not being able to break people, and that will lose you some battles. Likewise, you want to try and make sure that you don't choose people with the same element guardian stone, right? Doesn't matter if you choose a bunch of strong heroes if they all have the fire guardian stone, then they can all be broken by one AoE attack and you will lose. Not good. All right, with all that in mind, let's start looking at these characters right here and start choosing a team. All right, so first we've got, for slot 1, we've got Shell. Unfortunately, like, one of the 5 stars I'm not really too interested in. So she has an AoE on her skill 3, 127% to all enemies, and it only costs 2 mana. She's got a buff, increases attack. Target gains a mana. Not too bad. Good support. Alright, we've got this guy. He's got thrust. He's got 200% to one enemy and grants self-reflect. We've got block. Alright. So looking at this, I think I'm actually going to take this elite shieldman over here because block is really strong. Right, block afflicts all enemies with provoke if an ally takes damage and its health drops below 30%, and grants a heal over time to yourself for 5 turns, 20% of current health. It's really strong. And Shelly, right, she's a faded hero, but her kit's not that strong, I would say. The AoE is nice, but it's not a groundbreaking AoE. And I'm going to assume that um, my opponents kind of know what they're doing, right? And they're not going to choose, 4 or 5 heroes with the same Guardian Stone, like I just said. They're not going to have a bunch of Machine Guardian stuff for me to break with one AoE. Alright. Alright, next we've got slot 2. Unfortunately, we've got Jin and we've got Jinai in the same slot. That's unfortunate. I want them both. But anyway, Jinai, Mana Absorb, Charm. Let's see, flicks enemies, blah 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 blah. Mark and decreases their attack by 30. She's got AoE. She got 2 AoEs with poison on them. And we've got Jin. Of course, they give me Jin and Jinai in the same slot, right? So I can't get them both since they work together, right? So Jin's a really good single target DPS, whereas Jinai has that AoE that I was talking about. Let's move on to slot 3 and pick the rest of our team, and then we'll come back and see which one synergizes more, because I can't decide between those two. Alright, so we got Metron, Mana Absorb. Not that great. Let's see, grants damage reflect to all allies. Not bad. Single target burst is nice, but it does cost 5 mana. Should keep that in mind. Then we got Duncan. He's got counter 300% to one enemy and only costs 2 mana. That's not bad. He's also got an AoE for 4. Duncan. I might choose Duncan. And then we got Rhysis. Another mana absorb. Poison. Yeah, people aren't going to have multiple, people aren't going to have multiple Guardian Stones, so, damage over time effects are really just that. They're damage over time. You don't have to worry about breaking multiple stones or anything like that. I'm going to go with Duncan here. Oh, sorry, slot 3. Alright, so for slot 4, we have Narrow. Final hit. Back row first. 57 to all. Yeah, he's got a 420% single target nuke and only costs 3 mana, which is not bad at all. And he has final hit. So he could use his skill 3 on somebody, and even if it doesn't kill, if you can get him low enough for the final hit, that is really strong. Next we have Annie. Oh. Yeah, I think we're just going to go with Annie. Probably going to go with Annie. Boom. The reason I went with Annie was a 1 mana AoE. Really nice. Plus mana utilization is really nice for more damage. Narrow, though, definitely a good pick. I feel like I wouldn't go wrong picking him instead. Alright, so now let's look at the team we've picked so far. So I have a nature unit, I have a fire unit, and I have a machine unit. And I have 3 different Guardian Stones. One's dark, one's fire, and one is earth. Alright, so if I can, I would like to pick one of these water units, or ice units. Now the mana utilization, 200% to one enemy, contempt. We don't have to worry about contempt. Increases own attack. Another final hit, 125% to one enemy. Increases own dodge. So honestly, both of these kits aren't really that strong. It costs 3 mana, right, to increase your own attack by 55%. That's a lot, but to get 3 mana to increase your own attack by 55%, and then another 2 mana, so you can then hit someone with your skill 2, that's just too much mana. By then, the match is probably already decided. Whereas this guy over here, he has final hit, which I like, but other than that, his kit, not the greatest. Right? 2 mana for 125% to one enemy is kind of meh. You know, if I had a Bathory over here, I'd definitely choose him, right? So he can break anybody. But honestly, increasing on dodges is kind of interesting. Ooh, hmm. And unfortunately, I choose him and I get 2 Fire Guardian Stones. But if I choose the guy down below, I get 2 Dark Guardian Stones. So it's kind of like a loss either way. Alright, so back to the slot 2. We've got Jinai and we've got Jin. Unfortunately, I have a machine type already. I also have a nature type already. So either way, I'm going to overlap there. Honestly, I'm going to go with Jin. Alright, so this is the team I have chosen. I do not have much AoE. Right, we've got Annie for some AoE. That's about it. He doesn't have AoE, right? He does have AoE. Duncan also has some AoE. I'm not sure how often I'll use it, but we have the Elite Shieldman here in the front with Provoke, which I really like and feel confident about. We have 4 separate elements. Unfortunately, we don't have light or dark. Um, Honestly, I feel like that will be an issue during this Coliseum run. But it's a decent spread. And also my Guardian Stones. My Guardian Stones are spread out decently. I only have 2 that overlap. So I would say this is a medium strength team. Right, obviously I didn't get any overpowered characters to carry me or anything like that. But in terms of forming my team and looking at what I needed, it's not bad. Alright, this was going to be just a team selection video, but I figure, why not do one battle with this and see how it goes. Oh, right. I forgot. So I definitely have to include one battle. All right. So when you get into the Coliseum battle here, right, it shows you your enemy's team and you get all of the information that you need, right? So I really suggest that you look at each of their heroes and, just mouse over them or touch them and hold down and read all of their abilities, right? And decide a battle plan before you go in. Who do you want to kill? Who do you want to focus? Who's going to attack who? Etc. Also, you do get a chance to switch out one of your heroes if you want for a different one, right? So let's see. We've got Robert over here. He's got counter, grants status immunity effect. He has a 500% nuke on his skill 3. Let's see. He is Frost, and he has. Let's see. Okay. So I am going to switch out my mouse over here. Now, the reason I am switching out my mouse is, well, first of all, I just think Robert's a stronger character all around. However, my mouse has a Fire Guardian Stone, right? And if you look over here, this guy has, what's this guy's name? Tental, who's fire. However, this Robert over here, yeah, Robert has a Machine Stone, if I'm seeing that right. And the enemy does not have any machine heroes. So, he cannot be broken in this instance, which is strong. That's huge, right? So, it's definitely the right choice. Now let's think about a battle tactic. So my Duncan cannot be broken. That's good. My Annie can be broken by 2 characters. That's not good. Let's see. Talia can be broken by Robert. Duncan can break whatever that guy's name is. So first I should be thinking about who is it that I want to prioritize, who is it that I really want to break. This guy in the front. I cannot pronounce his name. I'm not even going to try. But he can't break anybody. However, his skill 2 over here is 300% to an enemy. It only costs 1 mana. That is huge. So when he has 0 mana, I won't have to worry about him but I do want to break him. Because it only costs one more mana for him to do 300%, which honestly can probably one-shot somebody. So as long as my Annie doesn't get broken before I break him, that should be no problem. Problem is she can get broken by 2 people. I want to take Talia out, because Talia is a very strong healer. Let's see. Alright. So I got the gist of what I want to do. I don't want to make this video too long. I hope I win. Be really embarrassed to make this video and then not win. And I can't cut it out. I mean, I could cut it out, but then I'd be cutting out important information. So I'm not going to do that. Man, talk about a long loading screen. I'm going to turn out the sound a little bit. What do I want to do? I think I'm just going to hit Anna. I really want to take out Anna first, and I'm going to have Duncan break this guy. Alright, well, let's break. Sorry, did I call her Anna? I meant Talia. Alright, he has 1 mana now. Now, I need to think. If I AoE here... Oh my god! Oh my god! I didn't mean to do that! No! Oh my god! That was a misclick. That probably lost me. I really need to break him. Because now... He's probably going to one-shot somebody. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well... I said it was going to be embarrassing if I lost. Actually... I said it was going to be embarrassing if I lost. And if I'm going to be honest, I'll probably lose because of that mistake. I want to taunt him, because I really don't want him to get his choice of who he's going to kill. Alright, let's go in. Duncan gets to do 300%. To somebody. I think we're just gonna hit him, because we can basically perma we can perma break lock Talia over here, so we don't have to worry about her heals or anything like that. Alright, let's do that again. Ooh, sweet, didn't die. Now what I was deciding last time was whether or not to AoE. Let's see, she's got 3 mana. Honestly, I really don't think it matters. We're just gonna go with a single target, break him. Let's see, she's got the provoke, increase her own defense. Alright, I'm gonna hit him. Alright, now Jin's gonna kill Talia. Easy peasy. Alright, well, thank God we didn't lose, even though I messed up royally. So I definitely meant to just attack that guy's name I can't pronounce, Zhao Hong, or whatever his name is, to break him so he wouldn't be able to use his skill too, since it only costs 1 mana and does 300%. But luckily, that did not matter. Honestly, we won at this point. But yeah, I gotta say, my, what's her name? This one right here. My Elite Shieldman did a lot of work this fight, right? If I picked Shell, I think it was Shell, right? just because she's a faded character instead. Honestly, I think she would have been a lot less useful in this battle. So I just wanted to point that out. Alright, let's do a big AoE now. There's only one character left. That's what's up. Alright, so there's an example. Alright, so that is it for Coliseum. I hope that provided some sort of insight and will help you guys choose some decent teams. Because if you get 7 wins, you get 100 Zest, which is always nice. Of course, if you get 12 wins, you'll get 200 Zest, but that is pretty, that's pretty hard. Oh, I almost forgot to mention. So you can manual control up to 5 wins, but after that, it's auto. So you should always take that into account. Because you want to get 7 wins, right? At least that's what I'm aiming for. You know, if I can get more than 7 wins, that's nice, but I want at the very least 7 wins. I hope you guys can't hear this helicopter in the background. If so, I really apologize. I don't have a way to edit it out. I should have closed the door before this video, but I didn't. Anyway, back to it. You should always be aiming for 7 wins. So just know that, you know, you should pick a team that doesn't have to be really strong on auto, right? But at the very least can compete, even if you're not manualing, because you're gonna need 2 wins at the very least on auto to get that 100 Zez, which is really important. All right. Anyway, that's it. I'm out. Peace.